Hello and welcome back. Also make sure that you can also export these results to the Excel that we did, but also make sure that you check here that everything that we created here, the short circuit file, which is the short circuit 1s file here, it's saved, and also you can save the diagram. So everything that we do, every module that we perform, it has its own module and it has its own file where it's saved. So as I promised you, now we are going to explain a little bit how can we do a more detailed short circuit analysis, and how we can reduce, for example, the short circuit current or short circuit power. So let's see if we can insert here text or something, and we would like to explain here, for example, what are the ways that we can reduce here the short circuit current. So first of all is that we can use reactors, for example, the current limitations, which is the same. Sometimes there is a huge reactor, it's a huge shunt that we can use to reduce it, and sometimes we can use current limitation devices. So those devices have a resistance inside, and this can make sure that less current can flow, because the resistance will attract and will absorb all the power that is being produced by the short circuit fault. And also we can use lighting transformers, or we can use cable length to increase the cable length of the cables and transmission lines. So everything that we need to do in a principle is that we need to add resistance. Adding resistance to the grid and to the network will make it more safer, and it will, let's say, limitate the short circuit current and power. So also, another thing that we can do, if we have very big networks, we can split it. So what it means by splitting is that here, for example, we can we'll perform it now. For example, that if we do that, if we perform a short circuit again here, and we go to perform at the medium, we can remove all the faults, and we perform now at the medium voltage. We perform a short circuit to the ground, and we see that it's at least 3.434 kiloamperes. So imagine that, what if we check it here, for example, if we go to the edit mode, and we have another busbar here, and we make sure that this is connected to here. So we delete this connection here, we change it, and we add the other busbar here. And now we have split the elements, but still we need to connect those here. So what we are going to do now is that we need to connect those by a switch or by a cable, and we can go by a switch here and to find the high voltage circuit breaker here. Click it, rotate it, and we just drag it here and drop it. So here's how we have done a network splitting to reduce the short circuit part. So let's click on the circuit breaker, and you see what can we control here. So in the first one, it will be as a default, and in the ratings, we are not going to change nothing in the rated amperage, because it's a circuit breaker between 2 or more busbars. So we will try to open it at the first pole to clear 1.3, or we can increase it to 1.5 times current, but I would like to go to be at least 1.05. So when when it's more than 1.05, it's better to include it in the limits, and we'll go for the rated amperage at least. You can choose whatever you want, but we'll go for default, which is 0, and it will be directly open here. And we'll go for the rest of the settings. We'll leave as a default. So here you can choose between, for example, the rated voltage, or how much is this the connection. So we'll go for at least this is per unit, and we'll go, it's at 33. The rated amperage you can choose if we want to make some calculations. This is here the ration transit recovery voltage. So imagine that we are doing transit simulation study in time, and you say that okay, the fault will take place for 5 seconds, and I want that my circuit breaker to recover and to reclose after 5 or 6 seconds. So this is the making peak in kiloamperes. This is the breaking time. So it means that if you set a value here, if we pass that value, the breaker will be open, and in milliseconds it will be, if it is a DC 45, and it has a rated short time withstanding kiloamperes. It depends on how much we're gonna put it. So you say that if I set it 3 here, and the maximum short circuit current go to 3.2, it means that the circuit breaker will be open and the busbar will be disconnected with each other. Here is the rated short time in seconds, so we're going, for example, to say 1, to say just one under fault, and the breaking time and the delays will be as a default. So now let's perform again here at the busbar, but we need to go again to the short circuit and to check which are fault here. So we have to do again to the 2 busbars, and we need to click OK and perform a duty. So see that now it's split between the 2, and this is how we can do to be more safer, in order so you can protect both generator and both the load. Let's see another type of analysis. So if we use here, for example, we can perform a short circuit fault into the high voltage busbar, and let's click OK. Let's perform it again, and we'll see that it's at least 1.79. Now let's do a simple analysis. What happens if we just put it open here and we perform it again? So we see that we have a change here, and we can reduce or we can increase the short circuit power depending on what we do. So imagine that now here we'll insert, for example, a capacitor, or we can set a reactor here, or a current limitation between. So let's go it here and create a current limitation. So we click by R here, and we see what we can do here on the rating, and we'll go for clicking OK, and we perform again. So we'll leave it as default now to see what will happen, and we'll go for the both busbars here. We'll remove the high voltage busbar, and we'll go for the medium and medium voltage here. So let's click again, and it will ask that we will need some values here. So let's go again here by clicking on the left, and we'll go by in the rating. So we'll go for a Z ohms at least 0.1 and the X by R10, and we click OK. Let's go to the short circuit again and click on the faults, click OK, and see now what is going to happen. So here we are we are putting some impedance here, and we'll see that we have a difference between, instead of when we had switching reactive. So again, let's see what happens if we increase a little bit the ohms, and we say, for example, we go for 10 ohms here, and we'll see that we have reduced a lot more here. So this part here is not contributing to much of this part. So this is how we use current limiting devices, or we can do network splitting to lower or to increase the short circuit current. So we are doing a nice analysis. So maybe when we have a project, or maybe when you have a study to do, you say that, okay, we have learned in the course that to reduce the short circuit power, we need, for example, to have one or two or three, let's say, methods, and those methods are just increasing the resistance or the impedance, and this can be made by increasing cable length, by adding current limiters, reactors, and splitting the network. So let's perform another analysis here at the grid. So now we are going to remove all of those, and we go to the high voltage bus bar. Also, you can do the fault in all the buses, and we'll go to fault. So let's click again duty here, and we see how much is the contribution of the fault. So let's imagine that we go here, and we see what can we do with if we change a little bit here, and if we use, for example, capacitor, or for example grounding, earthing adapter, and for example let's see what it is if we use a grounding adapter. But first we need to use the compensator. So it is better that we use a transformer here for the compensator, just for the sake of the simulation here. So we are going to put a busbar here, and we see if we can add this shunt reactor here. So we'll go for a 0.4, and then we will need to change those here. We'll go for OK here, and we'll need to put here a 0.4. We're not going to, in order to avoid any kind of disiteration here, if we can do that. Otherwise we can do it with a capacitor, but I would like to show you that. And we'll need to change, for example, here is our trafo, and we need to change here now the voltages, because this is at the high voltage bus bar 2 is the rating is 0.4. So we see that the secondary is we need to change at the cancel it again, and to see that the primary is at the high voltage bus bar 2, which is 0.4, and the secondary is at 110, and the rating will be, let's say, we'll go for a rating of inductive of 10 megawatt, and we also can put here 10 megawatt reactive, or it can be expressed in megawatt ampere, and the impedance will be typical. So let's see if we can conduct here now a short circuit fault again, and we have see that this is selected. So we see that we have a problem at the transformer here, because we are aiming for 0.4, and it's 0.4 the rating, but okay, we need to change it also here. So let's hope now that everything is correct. Okay, the rating is 0.4. Here we have 0.4. and let's perform a load flow first, if we can perform it. Okay, so we see that the problem still consists here, because this is 110 kilovolt busbar, and the nominal here is 0.4. Or what we can do again is that we can delete it from here, and we can connect that in the same way here. So we'll go for a rating of 33, which is not a problem. We just need to copy this transformer here. We just need to change the rating. And we go to the impedances. Okay, so let's try now to perform that, if we can. Okay. So now, this is how we increase here, and we connect a static var compensator here. So these are let's say, most of the analysis, and these are mostly the cases how we can reduce, for example, the short circuit power here. So for example, even if we can do the same here with the current limitation, it will give us different values if we perform again into the high voltage busbar. Let's hope that we can perform that, which is successfully. And imagine now if we want to insert a capacitor, what will happen, how this will increase here in the busbar. So we go for a capacitor, and let's say that we have increased with the rating with an MVR bank of 10 megawatt reactive. And let's see what happens when we perform here now the duty. So this is how this is affected here in the grid. And thanks a lot for your patience now, and keep in mind what we spoke about, the short circuit faults, and how we can limitate or we can worsen also, if we are not careful, the short circuit power. So thank you very much, and see you to the next lecture.